Here's me hoping that February is going to be way better than January. My name is Jessie and welcome back to my channel. Today we're tackling all the books I would like to read in the month of February. And before we jump in, I did want to go ahead and give you like a little bit of a disclaimer. January was not my greatest reading month. I think I read about like 7 or 8 books so far. And let me just tell you, I just did not want to read for some reason, but yet I made myself and I'm ready to get back into reading, and actually love it. I have made plans for the month of February to kind of help inspire me. We're doing events in my book club. I have a secret TBR coming up. So yeah, so I'm super excited and I hope you guys are too. So let's go ahead and jump into the books. I'm going to first start by going over the books that I don't currently have a physical copy of. So the first book I would like to mention is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I absolutely love The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I liked Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing style. I don't know what it is, but it just kind of flow with me. But I'm super excited about Daisy Jones and the Six. I feel like it's just as hyped as Evelyn Hugo, and I know a lot of people love this one, so I'm really excited to read this one. If I'm gathering this correctly, it is about a band called the Six and a singer named Daisy Jones. They kind of combine forces and they become this super famous rock band. But also it's told in an interview format of all the members and everyone that was involved with them and how they kind of discuss their journey and also what broke them apart. So I'm excited about that because I love Evelyn Hugo's style of storytelling. So hopefully this one is just as good. I do plan on reading this one on the audiobook as well. The next one I would like to read is Heartstopper Volume 3. I don't currently own this one or order this one. I'm hoping my library might get it. If not, I may have to be purchasing it from Amazon. But this one is the third installment of the Heartstopper series, which is a graphic novel. This one follows 2 boys in high school. One is openly gay. One is still a little confused on his feelings or what he identifies as. And it's just the cutest love story. It's a very innocent and lighthearted love story, and I absolutely love this one. So I cannot wait for Volume 3. The next one I would like to read is actually a NetGalley arc. It is The Perfect Daughter by DJ Palmer. I haven't read the other one by this author, but this one sounds really intriguing. I found this one from Jacqueline when she was doing her most anticipated reads, and she mentioned this one and sounded really interesting, so I requested it and got approved. But this one involves a mother-daughter relationship, but the daughter is actually locked up in a psychiatric hospital because she actually committed a murder, maybe. But she also deals with multiple personality. I cannot remember what the actual term is, but she deals with having more than one personality, and so I guess it uncovers what really happened or which one of her personalities did the deed. So I don't know. It sounds really good. I cannot wait to read it. The next one was actually on my most anticipated list, and it is Every Last Fear by Alex Finley. I'm super excited to read this one. I think I started it, but I just never continued reading it, so I'm hoping to continue. I did list this one in my most anticipated reads for 2021. I'll link that video down below in case you're curious. This one involves a college student who basically finds out that his 2 younger siblings and his parents both died on a trip to Mexico. I think he actually has to kind of help the FBI a little bit and figure out what happened. Another twist into the picture is his older brother was actually convicted of murdering the girlfriend that he had when he was in high school. And then there's a whole Netflix documentary and everything like that. So I kind of like the whole documentary part of it. I think that's really interesting. But yeah, I don't know if the brothers combine forces to figure out what's going on, even though he's behind bars. I'm not sure, but I think it's going to kind of be a then versus now type of timeline, which I personally like. So, and the last one that I have to mention that I don't currently physically own a copy for is Black Widows, and this is told by Kate Quinn, and I'm just going to read the synopsis because it just sounds that good. They say his wife killed him. If so, which one? Polygamist Blake Nelson built a homestead on a hidden stretch of land, a raw paradise in the wilds of Utah, where he lived with his 3 wives. Rachel, his first wife, obedient and doting to a fault, with a past she preferred to keep quiet. Tina, the rebel wife, everything Rachel isn't, straight from rehab in the Vegas Strip. And Emily, the young wife, naive and scared, estranged with her Catholic family. The only thing they have in common was Blake, until all three are accused of his murder. When Blake is found dead under the desert sun, all three wives become a suspect, not only to the police, but to each other. Like, does that not sound interesting? Like, you have polygamy, murder, wife drama. Like, this just sounds like the perfect book for me. So I've never read anything. I'm not sure if this is a debut or not, but I'm super excited to read this one. All right, now to get to the books that I actually have the physical books for, so I can actually show you. So let's get started with that. The first book I have is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I've heard nothing but good things. I've heard this is a really cute, great love story, but I've also heard it's kind of smutty. So that's the only thing that kind of worries me a little bit. Not that I don't mind, you know, the occasional sex scene, but like when it gets a little too much, that's where I'm just like, like, can we have like some actual like dialogue between everything? This one involves a woman named Chloe Brown. She is actually suffering with chronic illness, but she's also like a computer nerd. So I kind of like that. She's a little quirky, but she actually sees her life flash by her and sees nothing, and so now she kind of puts like together like a to-do list or like a bucket list that she wants to do before she actually dies. And she kind of meets this guy named Red, I think, and the two kind of hit off at, yeah, so it sounds super cute. I'm hoping I will like this one. We will see. The next one I want to talk about is The Girls in the Garden by Lisa Joel. This one I'm super excited to get to because I've heard this is one of Lisa Joel's like better murder mystery books. But this one involves like a girl who is moving into like this like richy suburban area with her daughters, and something happens with, I think, either one of her daughters or one of the kids in the neighborhoods. And so now it's like people telling lies, people pointing fingers. So I'm super excited to read this one. Me and Lisa Joel, we don't really have a good past just because like I've only read two of her books. One I really liked and rated it 4 stars. One I rated like 3 stars, maybe a 2.5, I can't remember. But I know a lot of people love Lisa Joel, so I'm hoping to give her another shot. Okay, you guys are going to kill me because I know I put this one in my last month's TBR, but again, January was not that great. But I do have to read a book with red on the cover for my book club challenge, and Final Girls was just the perfect one in my opinion. But I'm super excited to read this one because I love Riley Sager. This was my favorite out of all of his books until Home Before Dark. So I want to reread this one because I first read it when it first came out, and I'll be honest, I remember most of it, but I think I want to revisit this one. If you haven't heard of Riley Sager and you've been living under a rock, this is his debut book, and I absolutely loved this one when I first read it. This one has to do with like, you know, those like serial killer movies where there's always the one girl that like survives like a massacre. Well, this involves a group of girls who are the final girl in their traumatic events. And one of them actually kind of goes missing, or she committed suicide, which was very unlike her. So the two kind of like combine forces to kind of figure out what's going on. So I really cannot wait to get to this one. The next one I have is my January book of the month pick, which is The Dating Plan. I thought this sounded super cute. I typically don't pick up the romance books just because that's not typically the genre I draw to. I typically go for the thrillers, but this one sounded super cute. It has like fake engagement involved in it, and I can't wait to see what's going to go on with this one. But like a typical fake dating romance, it says even with a step-by-step plan, even these fake fiancés might accidentally fall for each other in this hilarious, heartfelt, romantic comedy. So I thought this would be super cute to read around like Valentine's Day, so definitely stay tuned if there's a video for that. The next one I want to talk about was actually a gift from a book club, and it is The Nesting by CJ Cook. I will admit this is kind of giving me Turn of the Key vibes because it has to deal with a woman who applies for a nannying position, and she's kind of like isolated in this like creepy house with these creepy kids. I'm super excited. Not only that, I heard from other people talking about this one that our main character is suicidal and dealing with depression. So I have a feeling like a unreliable narrator in an isolated setting is going to be like the perfect mixture for this book. I don't know. I'm super excited for this one. I haven't heard anything else by this author, but if this is a winner, I might check more into their work. And the last one that I'd like to get to is Pretty Little Wife by Darby Kane. I tried to start this one, but it didn't really work out, so I'm going to try again. But I only made it like 40 pages into it. I think I was just a little more distracted, had some other things in my mind. So hoping to get to this one. This one involves a woman who's in an abusive relationship with her husband. And I think she just snaps one day and kills him. And she's trying to play it off where she can get off innocent. But when she kind of like stages everything for him to be found, when they actually go there, his body's not found. So now her dead husband's body is missing. Like, who would take a dead body? So I'm super excited to get to this one. I know this one is getting a little bit hype, so I'm really excited. Okay, and then I do have 2 honorable mentions that I may or may not get to. I already have quite a collection growing, but I did want to mention them. I have Know My Name by Chanel Miller. This one I've heard from Jacqueline was a really good memoir. It kind of gives me like the Night Swim vibes, but in a more realistic memoir. This one has to do with like assault and rape culture, so I'm really excited to actually get to the story. I'm hoping I can get the audiobook so that way I can actually hear the story a little bit more and connect a little bit, but I don't know. I'm super excited to get to this one. I typically don't pick up nonfiction or memoirs, but I don't know. This one might change my mind. All right, and then lastly, I have Never Let You Go by Chevy Stevens. I've heard really good things ever since I mentioned this one in my haul, but my friend Haley over at Haley Hughes, she picked this one up recently, and she was saying how the synopsis gave her like behind closed door vibes. So I was like, yes, I'm here for that, because that is, I feel like that's me and Haley's like most common favorite book ever. So I'm hoping this one will give me those vibes, but I'll definitely give you guys an update once I finish it. Alright guys, that is everything for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If so, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any other bookish videos. And leave a comment down below. Let me know what you plan on reading for February. But until then, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!